it's an 89 megabyte download. It teaches them about the school and then about the different areas of the school. And then when we actually spoke to download it, people that had downloaded it, I said, well, what made you download it? So like, I didn't download it, my mom downloaded it. She's sending me across the other side of the world. She wanted to know where I was going. She wanted to know what services there were, what did it look like. And it's a 3D representation of the college. So that's the newest project that we've done. So obviously there's development challenges with this, performance on mobile devices, keeping the size low, mapping the college instead of going overboard, creating all of this. This is all created by Mohawk students and Mohawk graduates that work at the college. Not to say it was cheap. I mean, that's the biggest argument. The biggest kind of pushback I get from educators is, well, how do you build this? Trust me, there's tons of grant money. The first game I ever built, I got a quote for $675,000 in 12 months worth of time, and we built it for $80,000 in 6 months. You're going to see a video of that in a minute. I got that money from the Ontario Online Grant. Right? So basically I just said, yeah, okay, I'll build out a new course, I'll build out an amazing digital tool, and I'll give it to every college to use. As long as I can use it, I'm okay with sharing. Right? Anything I create belongs to Mohawk. So why not share it with every college? So we built it out. And it falls under game enhanced learning. So what game enhanced learning is, like I said at the beginning, is game enhanced learning is where you do your class and then the students engage with the game where they can apply the knowledge they've gained in the class. So it's not game-based, the whole thing is not a game. It's not necessarily gamified, although this one does fall within a gamified course. But the reason I built this tool, I mean, obviously with the help of the team at the same time, was because I felt like my students were taking in information and they could regurgitate it, but I wasn't sure that they could actually apply it. Right? Like, do you actually see the connections between your life and life outside the college and the information I'm providing to you? And I thought to myself, and my wife actually said to me one day, she's like, the only way you can do it is if you can give them a city to build. And they can see how the decisions that the manager of the city, the mayor, or the president or the prime minister or whatever of a country, the decisions they have to make based on sustainability. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. The only way I can do that is by building a fake island. So we did. So environmental sustainability balance sim. It's called Balance, the triple bottom line. We also built out another one called Financial Literacy, or it's called Reality Check for the financial literacy movement that's happening at Mohawk. And Understudy EU, which I thought I totally deleted from this presentation, but obviously it's not. That's something that I'm doing outside of college. I'll talk about that. So balance. This is where that idea came up, where if I could give my students some sort of city or area to develop for a population, that would be the #1 way for me to actually test if they understand how decisions are made and what is a good decision and what is a bad decision. So we built out balance. It was incredibly complex. We won 2 international awards for this, and the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, contacted us and were like, we'd like to use your game to onboard our employees. Are you kidding? This is craziness. So we're still talking to them about that because Mohawk, if they exist, Mohawk College and Ontario colleges put up a little bit of a barrier to get into the U.S. agencies. But let's check it. It's pretty cool. I'll talk over the gameplay. So we wanted it to be fun. Obviously, we wanted them to be able to use the material that they learn in class. This is really dark, but they name their corporation. The idea is that they are a mining company. The mining company has purchased an island that's rich in minerals. They need to create a city, a small city that'll be home to 500 people initially. So they start building the city, they've got a budget, and then 500 people appear on the island. And all of a sudden, with every turn, that population grows exponentially. Right? And then all of a sudden things get crazy. They need new houses, they need more power, they need to have clean power. They can go coal. It's really cheap. but it's going to have massive environmental impacts. So they start building out, you can see we've got an analytics engine running in the back that shows them how their decisions are affecting the economy, the population, and the planet. It's incredibly complex. It usually takes students about a week of like trying it here and there to get a handle on it and really start making better decisions. But what I have my students do is I have them write a blog about their experience with the simulator. I'm not saying that every student loves the simulator. I get blogs all the time where it's like, I hate video games, I can't play this game, and that's cool. No big deal. They don't gain grades for playing the game. They just gain a grade for trying and reporting on their attempts, right? How do they do? But a bulk of my students say, after playing Balance a 100 times, I understand how, my suburban neighborhood is developed and why there's 2 schools and not 1, and why there's a supermarket where there is, right? And why things are clustered the way that they are, and why I pay taxes for road upgrades and new power lines and things like that to the city, because they're learning this through the game as they develop their city. And the ones that really put in the effort, we have game nights where we play all night in the pub. We have computers set up and we'll play this throughout the wee hours of the morning. But the real efficient players outstrip the island. And that's where they really kind of, wait a second, there's limits to our growth, right? We can only grow so much. I can only fit so many power plants, I can only fit so many houses, but the human population doesn't stop growing, right? It continues to grow, and if anything, we continue to live longer. So our populations grow and grow and grow and grow, and you can see those charts. So this is a really good learning tool that's been adopted all over the place. This got me all the way to Australia, the paying sense. Really cool. So Balance, it kind of took on a life of its own. It's being used all over the place. Financial services, another place that we built a tool for. This one, the price tag on this one was significantly less than Balance, and the orientation tool, this one, I think it was like $17,000. But basically what we do is we walk students through the choices that they would make at coming to college, right? So it starts off, you've been accepted, congratulations. Where are you going to live? You're going to live at home, you're going to rent a place, you're going to live on campus, and we don't show them any money at all. We ask them, how are you going to pay for school? OSAP, parents, or a bank loan. They have limited choice. It feels like a choose your own adventure, but really we're guiding them through. So at the end, once they make all their choices, they hit show me my reality check. And it says, education, that's for one year, $6,475, housing, $12,000. They can open it up as tuition, books, all that kind of stuff, breaks everything down. And then if they got a loan, it'll actually show them how their interest works. Right? So in the game, they have a choice. When they say, I'm going to get a loan, they could pay for things with their loan. So you're going to a study group, they ask you to grab coffee. Right? You pay with your credit card, pay with your loan from your bank account. And then we break that down. Those 5 coffees that you bought at Tim Hortons with your loan money, in the end, just cost you $75 once you're done to end it all off. So this was a cool little thing to use at Mohawk College to educate students about their financial choices. So usually there's a lot of questions out here today, but gamification, if used properly, remember gamification, not game-based, not game-enhanced, that stuff is really expensive. You need a team of people to build for it. But gamification can really connect students to a course that otherwise they may just think this is just an elective or just math, or, as educators we hear this all the time. I teach electives. I hear, well, I didn't come to your class because I needed to focus on my real courses. Thanks. Right? But they don't see it as a real course. So by giving them a way to invest in the course and keep them, right? Like my retention rate increased by 25% just by putting in those small little elements, right? And giving them bonuses. And they've put in all this work and they've gained those bonus marks. And it's weird how students, they see the bonus marks almost as more important than their grades, right? They'll withdraw, go the grades, but bonus marks, they may have spent hours doing those tests to get those bonuses. It's the same thing that works with Xbox or PlayStation, or keeping you using your credit card and then running home and paying off that whatever you just put on your credit card, so you gain points, whether it's air miles or Shoppers Drug Mart points, whatever it may be. It's just applying that in the classroom, giving them something else. It keeps them tied to the course, it keeps them tied to the material. Any questions? Kind of ripped through that real quick. Yeah.
So you said these are available to compare colleges?
Balances.
Balances. How do we get it?
Balances. If you contact your continuing education department,
Yeah.
and then they'll contact the Ontario Online. You can actually pull my entire course. And you can have all the material in the course. Not that, I'm sure you want to create your own balance. If you pull the course, then you get balance.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. Anything else?
It seems that a big thing here is you have to design your instruction course right from scratch to one that we're talking about.
It helps. It helps. This is a course that was handed down to me. So the development of all the gamification elements actually took to get them tuned properly about 2 years. Like, I'll implement this. Oh wait, that didn't work properly. I got to fine tune that a little bit. Basically, in the rules as well, in that first little quiz that I give them as a contract between me and the student, I tell them that I will not answer emails after 5 o'clock. Done. I'm done. I'm out. Unless it's like exam time or something serious is happening, then I might be checking after 5 o'clock. But when I first started doing this stuff, students almost saw me as part of the game, right? I mean, it's like I was always there, like I was saying. It's like I always had to be there. So 2 a.m., I'd be laying in bed, and they're emailing me, and my phone is going off, and it just will not stop. And then they don't get me through email, so they start tweeting to me, and then my Twitter is going off. So, laying down those rules, the rules of the game really early on, and staying with them. I know that's hard a lot of the times as educators. Like, sometimes I feel like if a student is emailing me, I have to answer them. But at the same time, the class size is growing, as we're all feeling, I'm sure. I'm on average, I have like 120 emails a day. 120. Students are wondering why they're getting yes or no, or let's talk about this in class so I can address all of these. It's insane. Especially, the most I've ever had is 160 students. They basically said I'll never do it again. But especially without, like, if I had a grader, it wouldn't be that bad. But definitely you gotta, developing the course takes a lot of time. It helps if it's your course. One deal that I've made in my department now is any course that I create it by myself. And then I meet everyone that will potentially be teaching it. I'll show them the course, take their comments and their criticisms, and make adjustments, right? So the course instruction is always me, and then it goes out to them, and then it comes back to me. But any changes that are going to be made go to me. Always, they can't change anything. And when you get into really complex courses like the sustainability course, that's a must-have. That kind of control and gating the right? Yeah. No, students don't have to get perfect. I tried that and it was an absolute nightmare because there were some students that just weren't invested enough to get perfect. So all they have to do is attempt the quiz, and the next module is going to unlock. Right? They just have to attempt that boss character once. Even if they fail, it doesn't matter, the next module opens. But a majority of them, right now I have 80 students in CAP. On my first quiz, my first actual module content quiz, I had 192 attempts on that quiz. So it's not like they're just trying it and moving on. They're staying, they're trying to get 100%. Even though they know after that first attempt, they're getting nothing. They're going to get the video, they're not going to get bonus. They want that video. Right? It's so weird. It's so weird. And I'm seeing the same thing. I just recently this year started using badges across all of my courses. And they are, it's like this bloodlust for these badges that mean nothing. All they get, they accumulate the badges, and if they get the right combination of badges, they get a certificate from me, not even the college, just for me saying, there you go, collected all the badges. And they can add it to their e-portfolio. I mean, it's a little bit more professional than where they go. But I mean, it doesn't mean, it's not accredited by the college, it's nothing. It's just, there's a sustainability professor saying, you put in the extra effort, you know, you work really hard. And to an employer, that might mean something, right? And it might get them through the door to an interview, seeing that, you know, they overcome very low grades. Any other questions? Well, here we go.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Thanks very much, I guess, giving us sort of insight into the future of pedagogy and so on, too, that we can sort of look forward to. Thank you very much. And also thank to Sherman College and the School of Engineering and so on for subsidizing our dinner and our meeting for today, too. So I guess we're sort of ready for that, too. So, Robin, when do we start?
The dinner?
For dinner?
Almost ready.
Okay, so we'll just,
I guess.
sort of wait for everyone.